Hi friends, it's Julia. Welcome to day number 28 of the best of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Today's sketch was originally in series 9 and it was day 8 and it was created by Susanna Lee. Now the last time I did this sketch, I think I used scrap papers on it. And that's what I'm going to do here. I've got all my scraps. I pulled out a piece of just plain white cardstock, and then I have a ton of scraps. I have a couple of options to go across the bottom because of the design that's there, and I will show you a close-up here in just a minute. But because of how that is, I thought I would have a couple of different options. My first option across the bottom would be to create little tags out of all of these bits and pieces that I have. These are the two-piece tag, if you will, from Felicity Jane, and I've cut these all apart and I have those left over, as well as these little books that I've torn apart. So I have all of that left over to create little tags along the bottom. I've also created, or not created, but I've pulled out a ton of ephemera to create maybe an ephemera montage across the bottom of it. Just fun things, nothing in particular to the event, just things that might work for a photo of my husband and I with not so fun faces. Anywho, and those were by design. We were taking not so fun faces on purpose. Anywho, so the scrap papers that I've pulled are these three, along with some border strips. So I have these three border strips that are actually cut off. They're the branding strips. I have a small piece of this floral paper. I have this floral paper, and I might utilize some of that polka dot on the back. And then I have this polka dot paper, and it's lines on the back. And then I pulled in just a basil white piece of cardstock to go for the background. But yeah, give me a few minutes and I will put this together and come back and show you what I have created. In the meantime, if you haven't been over to Christy's Beautiful Life Facebook page, you should head over there. She does have a playlist of everybody who's playing along this time with the 30 Days of Sketches, the Best Of series. So head over there. She will ask you a few questions on joining the group, and it's only for your protection. So anyway guys, I'll be right back. Okay friends, layout number 28 is officially done. Woo! I have two border strips that I had pulled to possibly use, and I didn't use either of those, so they'll go back into my stash, into my leftovers. I have these bits and pieces of ephemera that I did not use. There's not many of them. There's only about 4 pieces here that I didn't use out of all the ones that I had previously, so they'll go back into my stash. The little double tags and leftover bits, and then the little books, I cut everything down. I cut off the stitched edges to those. I cut off the little loopy bits on those, and so I have them all, but I didn't end up using them. I didn't care for the way that looked. There wasn't enough color variation, I think, along the bottom. That's the leftover. Now to the portions that I did use. I used a large portion of this paper. This one, the opposite side I used, and then I flipped it over and used a piece of it on a different area. I did use this. I did use this, so all of that will go back into my leftovers. I ended up pulling in a label to use. I pulled both of these washi tapes in to use. I used enamel dots, I used enamel hearts, and I used puffy hearts. All from each of those I used a little bit. And then of course the black stickers that I have, these Jamie stickers. You know, if Felicity Jane ever quit making puffy stickers, your girl would be the happiest woman on the planet. They're horrible. There's no stick left on these whatsoever. So you have to measure them out, then put a piece of tape on top of them, pick them up, turn them over, and add lots of glue. Anywho, here is the layout that I created. you can see I have a scrap paper, scrap paper, scrap paper, scrap paper, and scrap paper, and then all the ephemera across the bottom. I know the original sketch had hearts, but I really wasn't feeling the heart, y'all. And so, as you can tell by the title, Stink Eye by Design, if you look at my husband, he's given me the stink eye, but that was kind of the purpose of the photo, and I was given that cheesy smile, just to say that I looked that way and showed my teeth. It wasn't really a smile. So it's one of the things that we do, especially to one another. We'll be looking at each other and give each other those looks. Anywho, so that's what I have. I used all the bits and pieces down here: enamel, epoxy, puffy, chipboard, ephemera, labels. There's that label sticker that I added in along with the chipboard piece, and I put the date right up there. There's some of those ephemera labels down here. There's one behind here. And I put one behind here only because I needed something to join that together, because I didn't have anything small enough to fit when I bumped these up closer to the other side, and I didn't necessarily want to put a heart there. Anywho, so this layout is done. It's another one for the books. I appreciate you guys being here and watching my video today. I would love it if you would flip me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next video. And don't forget, I'm going to have close-ups of this layout at the very end. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.